I'm sure every single one of you out there has these type of days, but I would bet that I probably have them a little more frequently than you do, especially in the football and basketball season from this point all the way through March Madness. So I handicapped today's card at about 3:30 in the morning. I got up again at 7:30, and I had all good intentions of doing this video, about 6 or 7 hours ago. But here we are at 5:20 Eastern Time, and I'm just shooting it now, which tells you how my day has unfolded. So we have two miserable football games here tonight. We have the Jets and the Browns, and we have an even worse game with my alma mater, Temple, taking on the dreaded Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. The best thing I can say about Tulsa is they have a really cool nickname. And here's how I look at tonight's card. And I'm going to get to my free pick on the Browns-Jets in a moment, and I'm going to give you my synopsis and my preview of the game between the Owls and the Golden Hurricane as well on this video report too. I've lost the past 2 days in baseball. They were both raise the bar 20-dime releases. I lost from the Yankees, plus $1.25 on the run line against Boston, even though they won the game 3-2. Two back-to-back errors on potential ground balls that should have been and could have been but weren't. Double plays in the ninth inning for the Yankees 2 nights ago in the Bronx cost me. And then yesterday, of course, I had the Cardinals minus $1.05 at Atlanta, and they got blown out by the Braves. Not particularly devastating losses because, of course, the prices were an underdog and near break even. But listen, a loss is a loss. There's no way to sugarcoat that. But I also look at it this way. The incredible baseball roll that I have been on the past 3 months, I have had three-day losing streaks. Now, it is true that I am 5-1 in football this regular season, and 6-1 if you count my lone preseason play. And I'm coming off a clean sweep this past weekend with Syracuse outright over Florida State, the Rams on Sunday, and then, of course, the Bears on Monday. But there is no way in the world that I am going to lay points with a Cleveland Browns team that is a 3-point favorite in this one, a team that has won 35-1 straight up in their last 37 games, nor am I willing to lay the points with a Temple team that you tell me which team is going to show up. The Owls team that lost their season opener to Villanova, the Owls team that got blown out by Bowling Green, or the Owls team that showed up last week as a 2-touchdown road underdog against a Maryland team that was 2-0 and knocked off Texas in its opener, and then totally dominated the Terrapins. Go figure. I never could figure out Temple, and I went to the damn school. So instead, my confidence is not shaken. No way in the world. I'm going to go back and dance with the girl I brought, and that is baseball. And that's why I'm going with my road mismatch of the month. Raise the bar 20-dime winner number 28 out of 45 as I go for winning day number 53 out of 82, because again, I would rather bet on myself and the fact that I have had just three-day losing streaks over the past 3 months, and the fact that I've lost the past 2 days, hasn't dampened my enthusiasm, hasn't shaken my confidence one damn bit. Because if you aren't confident that you're going to win day in, day out, you may not win day in, day out. That's a proven fact, right? But if you're not confident you're going to win, why are you gambling in the first place? If you go in with a defeatist attitude, if you go in thinking that glass is always half empty, stop gambling. Seriously. Go buy lottery tickets at the 7-Eleven, scratch-off tickets at your local supermarket, because you got better odds at winning there. So anyway, let's talk about who has the big play tonight. That would be Tommy Brunson. His first 150-dime play of the season. Now, he only had one bigger play all of last year, but these 150-dime plays, these were like his bread and butter plays last season, and he went 10-3 with them, and you got every single one for over half price off, and the same thing goes tonight. 14th ever 150-dime play of his career, 10-3 record with them. You get it for over half price off, the Browns-Jets side, by using coupon code 150-dimer. Pretty damn easy coupon code, I think. And all the other discounts and coupon codes are over on the home page, so with that being said, let's get to your breakdown of this particular game where, let's throw caution to the wind. I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to lay the 3 points. And of course, naturally, when the line crosses 3, 4, 7, and sometimes 10, I am always buying the half point down if I'm taking the favorite. And if I'm on the underdog, I'm always buying that half point up. And that's the case tonight. I'm buying that half point down on the Browns. Now, the fact that they almost beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, the fact that they almost beat the New Orleans Saints really doesn't factor that much into this pick here tonight. I instead look at the fact that this is a tough situation for the Jets. Do you realize, because they opened up Monday night on the road at Detroit, and now they're playing on a short week on the road, they lose again a day of prep because of travel, and this is their third game in 11 days. I also think, going against them here tonight, that Cleveland's defense is going to offer another tough challenge, a second straight 4-3 defense that Sam Darnold is going to face. You know, Miami did a good job against him, sacked him 3 times, and really prevented the Jets from getting into any type of offensive flow in that Sunday home loss. Stymied the ground game, held the Jets to 41 total yards on 17 carries and a 20-12 loss. Darnold had some nice fantasy league numbers, 334 yards passing, but 25 for 41, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. This wasn't the Detroit Lions' sad sack defense he was facing in that Monday night opener. And the Jets were 3 for 10 on third downs. So Miami was up comfortably 20-0 at halftime in that contest. And when you think about it, tonight, the Jets offense is going to find themselves going up against Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, the wily defensive coordinator, I would say, for the Browns, who is going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at them. And the Browns have done very well facing Ben Roethlisberger and Drew Brees, coming up with 8 takeovers in the first 2 games. Well, this is definitely a step down, playing at home now again against a rookie quarterback, okay? And remember what the Browns did last year when they took on the Jets. Now, the offense was miserable, but in a Week 5 loss last year, the Browns came up with 3 sacks, 8 quarterback hits, and held the Jets to 212 total yards and 4.2 yards per play. The crowd is going to be at a fever pitch because they're anticipating a win here tonight. I just think that this is a good spot to go with this team. Now, the Jets defense has certainly played admirably. They had 5 interceptions against the Lions. They had 4 sacks against Miami. But I think that, I think the Browns will do just enough to escape with the win. And I think that the Browns are the way to go. Laying the points. Would I bet them? No. But I'll be fascinated to watch the game anyway here tonight. Now, in terms of the Temple game, you tell me. The line has dropped down to 6 in most places. This is a Tulsa team whose last road win came back November 19th, 2016. A Tulsa team that has lost 9 of its last 12 games overall straight up. A Tulsa team that was picked to finish last in the West Division of the AAC. A Tulsa team that went 0-6 on the road last year, then lost to Texas in week number 2. And don't be deceived by that final score against the Longhorns, because it took Tulsa the 11th possession of that game for them to finally get on the board. They were down by 3 scores before they even made it a competitive game in garbage time. They, of course, are playing on a short week on the road. They beat Central Arkansas 38-27 in their home opener. Big deal. Then they lost to, Arkansas State 29-20 at home. Scored on their first drive and didn't really do much the rest of that game this past Saturday. Temple, the really key to their turnaround against Maryland was 2 things. Their pass rush was very aggressive. They had 2 sacks in their first 2 games combined against Villanova and Bowling Green. Then they came up and they had 7 sacks in the 35-14 win at Maryland as the 14.5-point underdog. The other thing they did was a Maryland team that was running wild in the first 2 games. They had like over 400 some yards rushing against Bowling Green the week earlier. This Maryland team, the Temple Owls, decided to stack the box and really shut off that Maryland ground game. Did a great job. They held Maryland to 195 total yards. 132 of them came on the ground, and 44 of those yards came in garbage time when Maryland was already trailing 35-14. And Temple did it with their starting quarterback out. They went to a redshirt sophomore, Anthony Russo, was 15 for 25 for 228 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and they had a 22-9 first down advantage, a 429-193 total yard advantage. Tulsa, 90th in the nation in terms of total offense, averaging about 387 yards per game. Almost 225 of that comes on the ground, so it's going to be imperative that Temple is able to stop the ground game here again tonight. Temple has failed to cover 5 in a row as a home chalk. Tulsa has covered 10 of their last 13 as a road dog, but that's a streak that goes back a couple of years, and they certainly haven't played well outside of Tulsa here in the past season and a half. I think it's a very difficult game to handicap. I think, I lean a little toward taking Temple only because, A, they're home, they're coming off the big road win, but the uncertainties here, you don't know who's going to be exactly quarterbacking the Owls. I think that the fact that Tulsa's playing on the short week on the road definitely works against them, but it's a dog game. Listen, if you're going to bet one of the games tonight, bet the NFL game. Stay away from this other game. And also, don't be involved in a sucker play tonight if you're not sure which way to go. Don't foolishly play these two bad teams in a teaser. That is one of the biggest mistakes you can possibly make. Don't think, oh, geez, let me take the Jets +9 or let me take the Browns +3 and just call for them to win. And don't think taking Temple minus, basically pick them at home in the other half of the teaser or Tulsa +12 is the way to go. If you're not that sure, and you are that hesitant and you want to bet against yourself and hedge your own wagering situation by playing a teaser, don't play. So many amateur gamblers make that mistake. Hell, some handicappers, one of them here at the site made that mistake a couple of Monday nights ago, and it was just a damn stupid play when we had the 2 Monday night games. Stupid plays when guys do that. Just stupid. Teasers are very effective, but not in this isolated type of situation like tonight. When you're not sure, you don't play a teaser. So anyway, I'll get off my horse and right away, and we'll look again for tomorrow. Good luck, guys, and we'll talk.